We have made it.
The jam. He was bumping on that one.
We were raising the roof.
I was raising the roof on it. It was really bumping.
I was wondering. I was like, "Is this even louder to you?"
I don't know. It was kind of hitting pretty good. Maybe because it's Friday.
Yeah, you know what? It is Friday, which is not a Wednesday, but it's still in the same week as Wednesday.
It's actually better than Wednesday. It's Friday.
So that's close. Welcome to Prep Talk Live episode 65.
Oh my gosh.
As we continue to march toward 100 episodes and 200 episodes and 300 episodes and whatever beyond. I'm Casey with Cascadia Dispatch. Joining me as always is Tup the Urban Prepper. Tup, what is going on? How are you on this Friday?
Well, it's nice weather today in the Pacific Northwest, and just wrapping up work for the day and for the week. And I've just been busy time. Looking forward to the weekend for sure. So been testing out some gear, some different flashlight setups and EDC stuff. So.
Oh, that is exciting. Real quick, just checking in the chat. So Chuck is
Chuck and Pony Girl are going to talk later.
Yeah.
We'll just kind of provide background noise for them.
Yeah. He wore his shirt and tie just in case Pony Girl shows up. We hope she might. We're not sure. Again, I try to give everybody as much notice when we're doing off Wednesday days as we can. So I was hoping everyone would be here, but you know what? It is the summer. There's a lot of stuff going on. And it is really hot, and it is going to be hotter, at least in our neck of the woods.
Yeah, hot for us.
So we're getting ready for all of that. You know what? Yep, we are on opposite sides of the screen.
I was just I was a little confused.
You know what?
It feels.
It is here. Let me just do this a little bit.
Oh,
there we go.
That's better.
That's better. You know what? It feels way better.
Things are coming back. They're
more
comfortable.
Again, like 95-85% is what this podcast puts together. Like we'll get most of it right, but there's always going to be something a little bit off. But one day we will get it all right, and we will be just as good as Casual Preppers, who I saw they have a thing 5 million downloads of their podcast.
That's awesome.
I was like, holy cow, that's almost as many downloads as I think you have subscribed.
Oh no! Look who's here!
Oh
man! I'm gonna unbutton one.
Yeah, exactly.
It just got real.
The queen has entered. Chuck, it's good that you wore a shirt and a tie in case Pony Girl got here because
my tie's down here. I might get it on, but
yeah. Oh my goodness! All right. Well, so it's super hot. It's summer. Last week we were talking about wildfires changing plans and everything else. We ended up going to having a little bit of a staycation, so got to test out some gear while we were out there. Tested out the Garmin Explorer, which I've had before, and I have a video on my channel about it. But that thing holds a battery charge like nobody's business. Like, we don't really ever turn it on, and I don't remember the last time I charged it. And I turned it on just to make sure it had a charge before we left, and that thing was at like 99%. I was amazed.
I don't know if that's just a prepper thing, but yeah, whenever some kind of electronic that you haven't charged for like over a year or something, and then you turn it on, it's like 90%. It's a really good feeling, and I don't know if if everyone feels the same way or if it's just mainly a prepper thing. So.
Yeah, no, I think it is. I was shocked. I was waiting because there's lots of stuff. Even like my phone, when I turn my phone off and on, like it'll go from like 90% to like 50% in like an hour sometimes. So having something that we hadn't charged in a while. So we got to play around with that. We took some extra chargers and tried some different things. But you were saying you were testing out some new gear and some flashlights. What was on your agenda? What was in your laboratory?
Well, I've been rocking for EDC type stuff because I'm trying to fine tune my EDC, and I've been flipping back and forth between a couple different flashlights. It's like the prepper gods are smiling. It is. I've been rocking the ArcField, the OLED ArcField for a few years now. Ever since COVID, it's my COVID flashlight, and I like it because it's flat and it's blue. It doesn't look threatening, but I've also been doing a little bit of the Streamlight Wedge. And I know other preppers are really like it. And this is a better flashlight wise, but man, it looks like a switchblade. And I keep bad looks about it whenever I take it out because it doesn't look like a flashlight. You know,
God,
look at me is
what does it do?
it's a flashlight. It's a
Well, okay, everyone. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. It's a flashlight. We've established.
it turns on.
It illuminates.
It illuminates. You have
things.
this little
It
thing
has,
here. Boom, flashlight. It has 2 modes, bright and then super bright. But I don't know. It just looks like I have a switchblade or something, like I'm in West Side Story and
so it
shank someone.
So it only does 2 modes. Why is it so big?
Well, it has the USB-C in the tail for that, but it's, as you can see, it's a lot longer. So
Yeah.
I've been debating. I'm like, man, I like this flashlight a little bit better, but this one looks less threatening. It's more urban. I like when you look at the pocket clips between the two. This is a better pocket clip because it's deeper. I like having super deep pocket clips. So
Yeah.
this one edges it out by a lot. USB-C charge versus the proprietary magnetic charging. But man, I just wish it was blue or in like an inch shorter is what I'm looking for. Yeah, size matters. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, and in this case, I want a little shorter. I want I want an inch
deep
less.
Deep pocket short light.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
That's what I want.
A little extra roomy in there. You don't want. That's.
I do like these flat EDC flashlights versus like the round battery shaped ones. Like it helps with the dreaded prepper bulge a little bit more. I in my opinion. It's just, man, I just can't get over, like when I take this one out at work, people are like, oh, Cliff's something's happening. Cliff brought out a switchblade on us. And I'd like to see a Streamlight, if we could just come out with a blue version and make it an inch shorter so it doesn't look as threatening. I don't know. What do you think? Am I just overthinking this?
Yeah. So, and John says that he uses ArcFel.
Yeah, I have the laser. I have the laser, and it's, if you have a cat, like it's great. You have your laser pointer always on you, so it's really. But other than that, I don't really use the laser. I've pulled some pranks on people when they're walking by the street, like shining a laser, like 200 feet away at them, and they're not expecting that. But
I feel like as a prepper, I don't know that we want the UV. Like, I feel like that's maybe not always something that we want to know the answer to.
Well, whenever we go out to a hotel or something, we bring the UV light, and we always get bothered by it. So.
Yeah, you should never do that unless your plan is to move hotel rooms. Never do that.
Yeah, that's just kind of what we do. You'd be surprised on what you find. So, I kind of would prefer the UV light on the ArcFel, but my cat likes we have 2 cats now, and they like the laser pointer. So that's
okay.
Anyway,
so,
that's
So because I enjoy. I feel like a lot of people are like, there was like mag lights and everything, and then there was O-light became what everybody wanted.
Well, it's through night for a while. They're pumping out lights all over the place and giving them to YouTube channels, and then it was like overkill, like a new through night light every 2 weeks.
Yeah. So, and I found that Streamlight, I really like some of the things that Streamlight had, because realistically, like, I mean, we're comparing lights and size and features. I mean, you can only have so many combinations of a thing that makes light. So, what is it going to do and how would you use it, sort of a thing. And I really found that there was a lot of cool Streamlight ones, and then also the Nebo ones. So I've been kind of on that kick. I got a couple of O-lights to go on some very specific types of flash. They're for things that require a special type of illumination with the light and also the laser. I like to have those. So I've gotten a few of those, and they more get kind of attached to things. So I've got those. But for the, like, just carrying around the EDC stuff, the Streamlights and the Nebos like I think have really cool keychain ones and everything else. So your wedge looks really cool. I'm just disappointed that the only thing it does is regular light and it's like low and high.
I don't know. Yeah, for EDC, I guess I don't need like 5 modes, and I don't need a strobe or SOS or. I even don't even need the moonlight. I just want it. I want it brighter than my phone flashlight. Like
the moonlight. What moonlight do you have?
Oh, it's called like that's their a lot of flashlights use that as their name for like their 0.1 lumen, just enough to, like, if you're sneaking around or reading something in bed and it lasts like 2 months or something like that. That's usually called their moonlight mode. But
got it. Okay.
It looks like Andrew says that the Wedge XT is a little bit smaller. So
Oh, okay.
So I'm looking right now. I don't know. Maybe it's not on Amazon yet.
Which is weird because I would think anything that has an X in it would be larger than whatever they regularly.
Yeah, usually, yeah. When you,
Extra tall, extra large.
yeah,
Maybe it's extra tiny.
yeah.
Um,
Casey needs
yeah.
specific lighting. I was trying to understand what what kind of specific lighting
Look,
you're talking about here.
yeah. So like the type of lighting that would go on things that if someone knocked on your door at 11 o'clock at night and you needed to go and
Oh,
illuminate the front door and just see what might be going on
got
there,
it.
you might require some you don't necessarily take a flashlight. Well, I mean, I
Yeah.
had a flashlight, but I had a special kind of light.
Wink, wink, wink. I know
Wink,
what you're
wink.
talking about.
Um,
Yeah, and I also like the streamlights for that one too. But yeah,
yeah. So
actually,
yeah,
Surefire is good too. Surefire,
yeah.
so it's really expensive, but man, they just work forever, and they're like built like tanks. So it's sometimes I used to be always wanted to get like the whatever's the cheapest or the good budget one, but I bought so many flashlights over the years, and the ones that have survived are the Surefire ones. So
Yeah,
something to that.
I've heard really great things about Surefire
They're
ones.
so expensive.
Yeah, there's that. I'm like, okay. So there are a couple that I've looking at. A friend of mine was pointing me in the direction of a couple. Again for some specific lighting that I might need. But I find that like just for around the house and EDC and all that sort of stuff, the streamlights. It's surprising to me that they don't that wedge doesn't have more because like streamlights and Nebos, like the
Mhm.
keychain ones and stuff, do other things. Like they
Yeah.
have additional features. I'm just surprised that they wouldn't have included it in this very cool
Yeah. I don't
flashlight.
know. Well, I don't know.
Streamlight do better.
Well, it's a great flashlight. I like it a lot. I'm not knocking it. I just say it looks like a switchblade, and I wish it was in a different color and a little bit shorter. So
That's okay. I have actually I used to have a streamlight on my keychain, and now I have the Nebo that does the red, the green, the low light, the dark, like, and then it's got like a blast mode
oh
that it does where you push the red button, like don't push the red button, but if you push
yeah,
the red button, then it goes like super bright. It's
yeah.
like a spotlight. So yeah, so I used to have the streamlight, the little keychain lights. I really, really like those. I have a couple of like, I don't know if I did a video or if I did a blog post about those. Really like those. But the Nebo one is now the one that I've got on all my keychains.
Well, here's the Wedge XT on their website. I don't know where to buy it from, but it's a little shorter. It looks like that looks nice. Okay, the charger's in the back. Looks like a click button. See, I like the switch on this thing. I wish they just made this but shorter.
Does it? Well, I like it. If it was going to be a switch thing, like if it could like bend in half and then you could like push the button and half of it would like
Ooh.
flip out.
Yeah, I always kind of like those, like the old school miners, like where they have the
Yeah.
ones in the pocket that shoots that way. I don't know what to call that flashlight, but I always like old school
Like a
miners.
lantern.
Yeah, like a lantern.
just a rickety old lantern. You're like,
Yeah, I want
all of
like the new version of that.
all of my incredibly small, specially made EDC things, and then my gigantic 1840s mining lantern. That's what you've got.
So I guess it's a push button at the back, and man, I like having I like when you could do a tail stand with your flashlight. That's one of the criteria. So I don't think I could do that with this one. I'll have to check it out.
If you could do a tail stand just to point it,
it's kind of to flex a little bit, like.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go.
If you want to shoot, no hand, shoot it straight up in the air, like boom.
You're gonna shoot it right up in there, are you?
Shoot it up in the air.
Just right up in the air. Just
like kind of like the bat signal, or like
yeah.
So anyway, these are things that us preppers think about, and no one else will talk to me about the complications of choosing flashlight.
Welcome to the flashlight support group. We're here to help.
Is this what it is? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the case. I like the blue one though. I do think it is.
It's not threatening at all. It looks like
it
could be makeup or something. I really like it. So
it's kind of interesting. Does anyone else find that when you're going for like looking for gear and stuff, the choice between going like, I would say you have like the camo.
Yeah, they always
version.
come up with like the military or the or ninja black,
and then it's black.
Yeah,
so you can
ninja,
either do like khaki or green or camo, and then there's black, and then there's like wild colors.
Yeah,
and I'm always like, okay, for certain things, I tend to go black over khaki or green just because urban and night and all of that sort of stuff. I feel like that's going to work out better for us than
Yeah.
the
I don't.
khaki and the green and stuff.
The black bothers me because if you lose this in the couch or if you lose it in the back, it's gone. Like it blends
Yeah.
in and just versus the blue. Like, oh, okay, I dropped my flashlight. There it is. And,
I'm waiting for you to attach an air tag to that black flashlight.
I told you how I attached an air tag to my son's calculator because it kept getting stolen at school.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that was fantastic.
I'm a big fan of the air tags. Yeah.
Exactly. I love that when you can take something that's super small and then just add more things to it to the point where it then just becomes gigantic and unwieldy.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we should put like little strobe lights on your flashlight. I feel like we should put air tags.
I wish they had glow in the dark. I wish all the like EDC stuff was glow in the dark. I think that'd be really cool.
I would think
always
we
lose
could
it.
get glow in the dark like stickers. Like I would think that they probably make like glow in the dark like stripe stickers that you could just put on like the back or you put on a piece of it.
Well, for me, like that stuff wears out over time. Like if you're EDCing it every day, I wish it was like you could get scales for your knife, or you could, or just some paint, or I don't know. I looked into possibly painting this thing, and so far I haven't found a good glow in the dark paint yet. So that's
So
again,
what you're saying
these are prepper problems.
Yeah, exactly. You need you need a light for your light is what you need.
I do.
You need a beacon light.
Well, because I always lose it, and it's so frustrating. Because these things are expensive. I mean, it's not cheap. It's like $80 or something for this, and when you lose it, it's so frustrating. So
it's almost like the gold coin.
I'm still looking for it. It's
that will never go away. That is one of the greatest.
I cannot believe I
Prep
lost
Talk
that.
Live stories of all time.
Yeah, it's so frustrating.
But I like that. Prepper Problems also will be a t-shirt.
Is that a t-shirt? Did we just come up with that? Prepper Problems?
Yeah, I feel like we came up with it a couple of months ago too.
Yeah.
But like
we're resurfacing
it. I feel
like
like that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's see. Chuck is talking about lanterns that he bought. The $4.99 LED lanterns bought on Amazon.
They are painted in tactical colors.
Yes. Wait, so you bought them and then you painted them in tactical colors, or they came painted in tactical colors? Because I have a bunch of like black lanterns.
Yeah.
Different than a green lantern, but I have some of those.
Yeah. I wish that they would do like the standard colors would be like, okay, black, I can understand, and then like the khaki camo one, okay, that's another one, and then I wish they had more of a natural one, like a wood color, and then have like the bougie color, like the blue or white or something that's really orange, something like that.
The Tiffany blue.
Yeah, how about Tiffany blue?
Yeah, something like that. I think that would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Chuck said his are just green. He with the cheaper route, which is fantastic. We like that.
Camo and olive drab are the costly ones. Yeah.
So Sutton's Days, avid watcher, friend of the show. First off, Sutton's Days. Don't think that I haven't forgotten that we are putting a show together with the three of us. That is still happening.
I think she should just always have an open invite if she needs to dial in and like totally interrupt us. Like that should be an option that she has.
100%, we should do that.
Yeah.
But we had talked about that we were going to do like a prepping scenario show sort of a thing that was going to be with Sutton's Day, where Sutton's Days was going to be one of the judges. You were going to be one of the judges.
Okay.
I was going to attempt to be one of the judges, but I would just be the plucky moderator. We would figure it out.
I just want to talk to her. I just want to see. I miss her. I want to talk to her. Where are you, Sutton's?
From her Instagram, she's growing a lot of vegetables. Just a ton. Like she puts up like a picture of like what she harvested in the morning, and then like she posts one 3 hours later of like what the new harvest was, and it's like, I think you went to the grocery store, but she didn't. She just went outside and just made it.
The harvest season. Yeah, my Mrs. Urban Prepper has been she's crushing it on the cherry tomatoes. Like we have so many. I don't know what we're every time we go somewhere we're bringing more to. She probably has like 30 of these plants all over the place, and they're pretty tasty though. So and she's been canning and everything. So.
Well, that's lovely. Yeah, our garden went a little bit crazy. We had some watering issues, and so one of my projects, either this weekend or this week sometime, is to try to kind of get the weeds figured out so we can figure out what we actually have grown. Because I know that we have like some peppers that actually grew that are hiding places. We've started to see some tomatoes. I got squashes all over the place. I have delicata squashes that are the size of a football right now.
Oh my gosh.
I would like them to finish so I could get them off, but they are no joke, like the size of it's going to be nuts. So
Yeah.
very excited. Sutton States did have a question though, and I didn't want to forget about it. If she's still here, she wants to know how your magnet clip is working out.
Oh wow. She knew about that. Okay.
Yeah, she cares. Yes,
she does care.
I
thought she was talking about the flashlight, but yeah, she knows what I'm testing.
Yeah.
It's I didn't wear it today. It's okay. I'm trying to figure out like the applications to actually use it. Like right now, it mainly like catches like the seat belts, and like if I stand by a gate or something, it's latching onto my belt, and everyone's like, well, "What's going on there?" Or sometimes I stick to chairs. But I still like it though. I'm trying to figure out the right application for it.
All right. Yeah, Chuck. Yeah, you just want to touch it.
I do. Yeah, you want to
just be close to her.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure she's left because
she's like,
not only has she not said anything, but
Yeah.
she's like, this is we've crossed all the lines.
This is amateur hour.
I love that this is where we've decided that we were amateur hour.
Yeah.
Not the 64 other episodes
Yeah.
where we're just holding on by the seat of our pants.
She's
No.
like that.
This was it. This was
I can't stand these two.
a show actually talking about gear and such things.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm out.
Too
done.
much smiling. Too much smiling.
Yeah, too much happy. We're out of here. We're good. We're done. All right. I'm just looking through.
Should we go doom zoom? Like, what's your thoughts on like the Hawaii stuff, all the fires and everything? It's horrible.
That's awful. That's
like
awful.
that's I have some friends over there and stuff, and I've been having to check in to make sure that everyone's okay, because I don't know what you would do like in that kind of thing in an island with that kind of.
Yeah, that's where it gets really.
That's
because there's nowhere really to go. Like it was. Originally, it sounded like it was the entire island, and then it was okay. Well, it was just kind of Lahaina and the way that the winds were going and everything else. But the scariest thing would have been if that hurricane would have moved somehow and pushed the fire, across the island or around the other side. Like then you've got not a lot of places to go, but B, like supplies and restock, like that's not. It's kind of like when the hurricanes hit Puerto Rico a couple of years ago, and they just kept. I think it was 2 or 3 of them just completely
boom,
leveled
boom,
down.
yeah.
And you're like, okay, how do you even get off? How do you even get rescue workers? Like, I feel like that's a similar situation to if the Cascadia earthquake ever happens and really takes out like the entire West Coast. Like, there's just, how do you even get people in? How do you get people out? There's just so much need for resources, and it is going to be such a difficult thing to do.
Yeah, I don't know if it's common for this to happen over on the islands like that, but that's one. Jeez, that's a hard thing to prep for, and I don't know what you would do in those kind of situations. But
yeah, I haven't heard or seen it on like the news really before of like Hawaiian. There was the lava flow thing, where there was that volcano that started lava flowing, and like that's another one where you can't stop it. Like there's nothing you put in front of lava that's going to stop
but
it.
if you were in Hawaii, I think one of the preps I would things you'd be preparing for is lava flow and volcanic eruption type stuff. I don't know if I would think about, I'm going to prepare for hurricanes pushing fires around like I just don't know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think with the lava one, at least you would know generally. I think that it was coming. You would have a little bit of time to evacuate. I don't know. I haven't paid it close enough attention to know like how much warning they had from the fire and the hurricane to know if they were able to get people out. Cause it looks like it just went in and leveled Lahaina. So I don't know how they got, and there's also not a lot of infrastructure as far as like roads and stuff. Like even if people wanted to get out, there's only, I think, one road, one freeway in, one freeway out. Like, you're going to be limited on actually the number of ways to disperse that many people.
Yeah, I mean, I would think I would probably prepare for volcanic activities, for tsunamis, for hurricane, and then just other general stuff that like that. But it's really a tricky situation for sure.
Yeah. So, and I know I've seen people that are over there that were on vacation. that are heading back. I know that there's a lot of people saying, hey, if you're thinking about going over there, to don't, because they need the resources and the hotel rooms and stuff for all of the displaced people. I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but that's just what I have heard. But hopefully they are able to get people and get some of it rebuilt. And you've got things like, there were some really historic buildings that are just gone. And then you got the big tree, the banyan tree, that is super famous, that looks like it got charred, but maybe is still alive. So who knows? But that whole area, which was just like a big resort town, every part of it is just kind of gone. So I don't know I don't know what they do to rebuild it.
Yeah. I feel bad, definitely, for sure.
Yeah. All right.
Some other so
we're gonna
hopefully the AI doesn't flag us on.
Yeah, exactly. With the 2 minutes we have left, first off, sending all of the positive vibes, and there's ways to help. So if you have the ability to, just Google it. I mean, there are tons of different ones. I've seen Red Cross. I've seen ones that are specific to Hawaii and Maui and everything else. So check that out. Since we only have 2 minutes left, because we are doing a short stream tonight, we'll try to pick it up, pick the tail up, the nose up here. Chuck wants to know, are your bees doing well?
Well, as far as I know, I mean, again, that's my wife's operation, so she wants me to stay away from them. But as far as I know, that she has on her mason bees, they put their little, I don't even know what to call them, but she has her little tubes of mason bees, and she has them in different storage for the winter, and she's going to be she's gearing up for the next batch. But yeah, those bees have a tough life. But I don't know about dying in high numbers. Ours are doing really well, so they're all over the place.
Yeah, our mason bees did really well. We saw them out and about, and then they disappear. One of the things with mason bees and leafcutter bees is they're kind of hard to see. They're not like they're not big like bumblebees. They don't kind of swarm together like honeybees. They're very solitary. So you really have to like watch the bee house to see if they kind of go in and out or what's going on. But we had lots of them out. We saw them. We saw lots of them making their cocoons and then kind of going back into hibernation. So
yeah, we're ours have been flourishing, and they were flying all over the place. And I know my wife's preparing for their hibernation now, or starting to. I think again that's her operation that she has going there. But yeah, we have bees all over the place. So
yeah, Pigsfly says that that her bees are doing well. So hopefully the bees continue to do well. We would like the bees to be doing well. The yellow jackets, we haven't seen as many yellow jackets or wasps this year in our area.
Screw those yellow jackets.
Exactly. They're garbage. They're garbage insects. They're just mean and nasty, and they're
bullies. They're bullies.
Yes.
They're bad people. These are toxic bees.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen no scientists tell me like what the point of the yellow jacket is. Like spiders and things, I've heard, like, I don't love them, but I've heard scientists.
Spiders,
tell me, like,
they have. Yeah, it's good to have spiders.
Yeah, what their purpose is. I'd like them to have their purpose outside of my house, but like, it's fine. But I've heard nobody ever argue with the idea that yellow jackets are just mean and nasty and serve no purpose. So
yeah, I don't. I don't get it either, and I try to destroy them whenever I can. So.
Yeah, exactly.
All the other bees, we're cool. We're cool bees.
Yep. Honeybees, mason bees, leafcutter bees are great. Yellow jackets, I have a wall of death for yellow jackets. So, all right, everybody. Well, we are going to wrap it up because we both have things going on tonight that are family related. So we need to shorten this a little bit. Thanks for joining us on a Friday. We hope you all have a wonderful weekend. We will be back next week. Hopefully Wednesday. We'll see.
Let me see.
We'll try and coordinate a little bit more in advance next week.
I like how right when we like even on this one, I think we tuned in like a minute before downbeat, and no talk on the topic or no game planning. Just all right, let's go live.
Yeah, exactly. We're like,
Wednesday should work though.
Okay, so we'll do Wednesday. If you haven't, check out the Smart List podcast. So it's Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and Will Arnett. It's become our family's new obsession, and we listen to it all the time. And they basically have
Tup's mom's here, by the way.
Oh, hey, Tup's mom.
Yeah.
They have a surprise guest come in and they do it for an hour, and there's no plan, there's nothing. So it's basically like this, but with celebrities. So if you want to see how the
This is kind of
professionals do what we
celebrities.
do,
This is kind of
yeah,
celebrities.
yeah, we had Tup's mom, we had we had Sutton's Days, we had Chuck and Pigs Fly. Like, I mean, I don't know what else you need. Like, I think we're good. But anyway, if you're on your way out, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, all the things. Enjoy the replay, enjoy the podcast. If you are listening on the podcast, and I know that people are listening, I'm seeing the downloads, it's happening. Please give us a 5-star review, or review of any kind, preferably positive, because we would like to see that start to kind of grow a little bit, as that's kind of a new thing for us. But thanks again. Have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you on Wednesday of next week. See you later. Bye.